I'm sorry, John, I love you, but I don't ever think of Vin Diesel when I'm like, what does John look like?
Well, I'm more like the Fat and the Curious.
Oh my god. Hello again, Ham Fam. Dungeon Master Rick here with a bit of a mixed bag of news. So, unfortunately, the original recording for what should have been episode 20 is missing in action. But fortunately, we didn't quite finish it in one episode because I forgot. We got distracted, go figure. So you're going to get a little bit of the tail end that was actually recorded as part of episode 21 of kind of how we ended that episode. But the summation of it is, from last time, there were the lizard folk that the party encountered and were threatened by, and their little lizard friend mentioned that they knew of, and the little lizard man who had helped them during this showdown had told them of someone being held prisoner. Turns out that was Gil, and through some sneaky shenanigans, they were able to rescue their little buddy Gil, only to find out that there were more prisoners, one of which may or may not be everyone's favorite cowman, Nicholas Andino. Nate, whenever you're ready, go ahead and do yours.
So Nate likes to hunt, Romanos likes the cunt, and we both like them blunts.
Jesus Christ. Oh, man.
I mean, that's like a 2 out of 10.
Damn it.
Stabbing, God. Oh, fuck. Why do I like this? I'm sorry, I can't write lyrics like everyone else here and make up fucking songs, apparently, so...
Nate, you did a fucking rap one time.
Yours are always good.
And I always forget about the intro, so I always make it up as I go. So.
We know.
And every time somebody hears John's intro, they're like, who the fuck is that again?
Yeah, right? Yeah. My name is Nicholas Andino. I'm pretty sure the only friends I have is Jack and shit, and Jack left town.
I still love like this Greco scenario. John's a fucking minotaur with a deep South American accent.
Hey, to be...
American accent, not
Southern.
Southern United
Yeah.
States accent.
So...
From Alabama, okay?
Northern Alabama.
Yeah, they still fought for the South.
Actually,
so...
Can
John-
I do mine real quick before I
Yeah.
forget it? Okay. I'm at this and we just saved Gil. Some vines sprang up and it was a thrill.
Nice. Okay, I'll do mine quick.
I'm here for it.
So much. Gotta remember it. I'm Jonas, and last time on Hampod, we rescued our satyr boy. We said, see you later, lizard boys, as I cast fog cloud and ran away.
It started off kind of strong, and then clearly lost its way a little bit, but...
And then it came back.
But F because I hate it.
It was related to the last episode, so I had to continue.
So you're talking about a giant cowman with a really weird accent. That's our boy. Come on, guys. We gotta follow this lizard dude and see where he's going.
I'm gonna wait there and say to the lizard man, where's this guy at?
So, your friend here, the short one, was just going to be a normal sacrifice to our god. these others, this is a special ceremony that only happens every so often, and they've been taken deeper into the forest.
So this is a problem because we already picked out this specific cowman for our own sacrifices. We definitely gotta get that guy back.
So he says, look, I already told you where this short hairy man was. I don't want anything to do with these sacrifices. I like you strange pink and bluish green and hairy creatures.
Okay, you know an awful lot of us.
He says, I'm not slimy, but thank you.
It's still up for debate with me, but yeah, let's go get Nicky boy here.
Well, Nicky.
Little Nicky.
Yes, he's hit me in the face with a shovel.
God damn it. I shouldn't have said that. Should not have said
It's
that.
one of my favorite Adam Sandler movies, so no, you shouldn't have.
He says, quickly, follow me. And you all recognize that he is doing some kind of magical gestures, and you're enveloped again by the blackness that he had cast on you guys before for Pass Without a Trace.
Yes.
Jonas is still pretty high on adrenaline from their escape and jaunt through the woods, and he's like singing to himself as they go now that he knows that the Pass Without a Trace felt it come back on.
Jesus.
He's
I'm
just like,
still gonna look at Jonas and be like, shh! Knock it off!
I continue singing.
Don't you know that the sound carries through the trees?
We're gonna rock back to Lizard Folk Avenue. And I
God.
keep singing.
Oh, man. Yeah.
That's the best part of all time right there.
Stop it. He's going to get a big head.
I know I may be a satyr, but Jonas is the goat.
This podcast is fucking canceled again. So, you guys begin to make your way towards where this lizard man is leading you. And as you go further into these woods, you notice that it becomes misty. Like, the mist is just growing around you until it's hard to see much further than about 20 feet.
It's very misty.
Romanos and Athos, I will let you guys make a history check. Just because you guys are both from Histronton.
Got a dirty 20.
Oh, yeah. Athos got a 2, you got a dirty 20. Athos, you have no memory of this place whatsoever. Romanos, you remember Ismenios had told you that there was one part of the forest that you should probably avoid. People are known for disappearing into the mists, and that legend says it actually is the border of the land of sleep and dreams.
So I quickly, put a hand on fucking Lizard Boy here, and I just start saying, hey, look, buddy, we ain't going any farther here. We just got out of some fucking dream bullshit. We're not going through all that crap up there, alright? This mist here is dangerous shit, alright? I even knew from being a young boy not to go onto this crap, even though I usually would listen to people.
Do you mention Ismenios at all?
No, not really.
Okay. I only ask for unnamed reasons, so I'm not going to say.
That's suspicious.
Not even once. Not even once. Okay, so he says, look, I don't like to be here either, but I know the way, and this is where they are. We don't have long.
I look back at the group and I'm just like, alright, does anyone here have some like anti-psyche spells? Because I'm thinking of some crap right now. Because I am. This event, if you guys thought that the dreams out in the ocean were bad, this is going to be a whole other level of bullshit.
So here's a dumb question, but also a serious question at the same time. So, are my hands, are they tied like this or behind my back?
They're tied in front of you.
Okay, I just got an idea, and I don't think you're going to let me do it, but it would be awesome.
You might be surprised. Romanos, do you have something that you wanted to do?
Well, I'll tell you guys this. I'm willing to give out this magic, but y'all gotta protect my ass, because I won't have any spells left. I can do a protect from evil and good. Stuff that, might be good for us at least for 10 minutes here, but it's like, unfortunately, I have to use one for every use.
Just slap Romanos on the haunch and say, "Horse Daddy, I'll always protect this ass."
I want to also go over and touch Romano. I want to cast Shield of Faith on him.
So, we are going to cut over to Nicholas. So, Nicholas.
So I am still captured. There's enemies all around me, right?
Well, you are currently bound, gagged, and blindfolded.
Okay.
So you don't.
This might be a dumb decision, but it could be interesting if you'll let me do it. I want to use Eldritch Blast pointed toward the ground to launch myself up and away from my captors.
Are you going to do anything before that?
Something I might ought to do is tug to the left or to the right to make sure I'm not actually tied to anybody. Because that would probably piss somebody right off.
I mean, that's one of several things to consider. I'm not saying don't do it, John. I'm just saying use your noodle.
Well, I might want to take the blindfold off.
You have at least 5 senses. You can't currently see. You can't talk to anybody, like, in any kind of recognizable way. But you have at least 4 other senses you could possibly use to kind of determine maybe what's going on around you.
Or did I hear anything about them saying they were going to sacrifice me or not?
You can roll a perception check. Yeah. So, you've heard a lot of speech that sounds absolutely like nothing you've ever heard before. It does not sound like any language you know. With your 9, you can hear other creatures of some sort breathing somewhat nearby. You can smell, because you've been here for a few days, you can smell body odor from others. And you haven't really tried to do anything about your hands being bound, but you've heard enough of that unintelligible language that you feel like you're not too far from where guards might be. If only you were a rogue. If only.
If only. Level 3 rogue.
Are you level 3 rogue?
Yep, level 3.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forget you're 3 and 3. Yeah, if only you were a level 3 rogue. I wonder what you could do then.
Well. So, we've asked this. So, I'm bound up, but am I tied to anything?
You've not been able to tell whether you are or not.
So, yelling, I'm fast as fuck boy, and running in just one direction probably wouldn't be a good idea.
Probably not.
I would say roll an insight check.
At 21.
Okay. So, with your 21, you know, you may not have been in this situation before, but you've heard, like when you would gamble and play knuckle bones in the past, some of the gamblers would talk about like times that they got mixed up with the wrong element. And you remember specifically this one guy who you had met. He was just this old, grizzled minotaur. Clearly seen a thing or two in his time. And he was telling this tale while he was borderline blackout drunk one night, playing knucklebones in the seedy tavern, that he had been taken by this syndicate and had been bound, but his dexterous nature, he was able to free his hands, and once he was able to do that, he was able to escape.
Okay. So I do not need to go up like a firework. I need to try to get my hands free.
Yeah, you are not Katy Perry. You are not a fireman.
I was really, really hoping for the whole bottle rocket thing.
You're not allowed to have bottle rockets, John. I don't trust you that much.
Okay, I've
I
shot
have
a
a
many
bunch in
bottle
my
rocket.
garage.
All right, so we're gonna cut back to everyone else.
All right.
So, Gil, you doing your thing?
The spell magic thing?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we can do that.
Okay.
Sure, let's do it.
Do it.
Let's do it. I want to focus on the foggy mist, I guess, because I don't really know what to target in this situation, because it says this is like a target.
Yeah, I'll allow that.
Here, I noticed him doing this. I'll cast. Or I guess I just want to be an ability check move.
I mean, Dan, what does it say specifically about the roll you have to make?
So it says for each spell of 4th level or higher at the target, make an ability check using your spellcasting ability. DC equals 10 plus. So if it's on the 4th level or higher, I don't have to make a check.
Oh, it's definitely 4th level or higher.
Well, I assume.
So, yeah, Nate, it would be an ability check, so whatever you're thinking.
I'm just gonna. So I guess rather than kicking him, I'm gonna just slap him back in the back of the fucking head and cast my cantrip guidance on him. And just be like, that's where you fucking get back. You better use your shit wisely.
Beautiful. Is that a D4 that it adds?
Yeah, it's not much, but yeah.
Right. So, Dan, you can roll your ability check to see if you are successful, and you can add a D4 to it.
Okay, rolled a 19. Greg, this is a 20, right?
What?
To roll for spellcasting ability?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So I rolled a 19.
Okay.
The D4 is a 3.
Okay.
And then how do you factor spellcasting ability again?
I think Bard's it's charisma, so it should be your charisma modifier.
So another plus 4 then.
Damn. So 26?
So 19. Yeah.
Okay.
DC equals 10 plus the spell's level. So I guess, and I have to roll it for every spell that is there. So if there's multiple spells that I'm trying to dispel here, I have to roll it multiple times. It's 10 plus whatever the spell's level is. So I'm assuming that would mean I have to roll at least a 14.
I mean, you rolled a 26, or like it was a 26 total, so...
Yeah.
I mean, when you use this as spell magic, targeting it on this, like, mist, you feel some kind of powerful will pushing back against it. Like, this is almost a battle of the minds. And you feel this pressure in your head, like this horrible migraine coming on as you're casting it, but as you just bear with it and grit through, the mist starts to fade away.
I think not, you sugar fuck.
I look back at the rest of the group and like, what the fuck is he talking about?
Did I finally do a thing right?
Yeah, you did a thing. All on your own, too. You didn't even have like a magical, super powerful thing that I gave you thinking you were going to be a one-time character. This was all you.
Totally needed my D4, to get that 26 to make me do it.
I mean, to be fair, yeah.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
All right, so what are you guys doing?
So does the mist dispel? Like it's gone, there's no more mist?
So it fades away, yeah.
Okay, is there anything, like is there our surroundings change, or are we still in the same place? Like, what's going on?
So you guys are still in this forest. It looks... There's just like a extra sense of foreboding in this area compared to before. It seems like it's a little darker. Like maybe the canopy covers a little bit more. But otherwise, you're still in this like swampy-ish forest.
This forest is old and angry.
Very angry.
Alright, so, what do you guys think we should do? I mean, I just heard of all that mist, and now we can see that we're still here in the woods, and what do you guys see at this point? I'm a little nervous, because these trees are... I mean, over there's giving me the side eye. I'm assuming the tree had an eye, of course, to give. It would be giving me the side eye, so I need to figure out I don't want to stand here anymore. What are we doing? Where are we going? Let's pick a direction and... keep going.
Also, do you...
Get Nicholas, just get the hell out. I mean, it's good. I mean, I would be going back for Nicholas. I debated on getting your ass.
That's true, he did.
Alright. That's alright. You can debate all you want. I still came out on top. Where is our large, horny friend?
So the lizard man had gone like mostly invisible as you were having your battle of the mind skill. But as you say that, and as the mist starts to disperse, he becomes visible again, and he says, I don't know what you did. I don't know if it's good or if it's gonna make things worse, but we should hurry. Either way, we need to do this fast. Follow me.
Neither do I, my cold-blooded friend. Neither do I.
Do you mention kind of what happened? I mean, others might be able to kind of see the strain that you were going through, but do you mention any of that?
No, not a challenge for me at all.
You say as you wipe away a little sweat from your brow.
And flick my tail. Because that's what I like to do.
Fair.
So, fair enough. Okay.
Jeez.
That is the theme for the night, apparently.
Following the lizard.
We can see clearly now. The wet mist is gone.
Alright, as you guys follow this lizard, everyone make perception checks. Not you, John.
Oh.
You're not everyone.
I don't see shit.
You get a 1?
I'm tired from the wizards.
That was a whole 8.
Excellent. Nate is carrying over his tradition from last session of not rolling well at all. Other than that one.
No. I rolled a 19, my first one.
Oh yeah, and you got the dirty 20. Okay.
Or with it, I got the dirty 20 with it.
Beautiful.
17.
14.
Gil, what did you actually get?
3.
Okay, yeah, you don't see shit.
I told you.
So our teen rollers over here, you guys see lizards, and you see some kind of strange large creature. I would let you roll either nature or Maybe history?
7.
Oof.
They're both -1.
Got a 19, so that's 18.
Okay. You are fairly sure that you know what these creatures are. You've heard tales of drakes. You know that they are lesser dragons. And you see at least 4.
Guys, are you seeing what I'm seeing here? You know, the things up there that look like the tiny versions of these what do you guys call them on land? Like the ones that breathe the fire? The dragons, there we go.
Oh, yeah. No, I see those. Yeah.
These are like the small ones.
I see them. They, maybe we should be careful.
So, Gil said baby dragons. I mean, you would know that drakes are not baby dragons. They're just like a lesser cousin. You know, kind of like a gorilla versus a chimp.
Mm.
Like if the dragon is the gorilla, the chimp would be the drake.
Gorilla and a baby gorilla. Yes.
Yes, absolutely nailed it. How'd you know?
Knew a drake once.
Here's a mediocre record.
So, I mean, what say you guys? I mean, guys, we should probably, maybe not fuck with these things.
How far away are the drakes from us?
I would say like about 100 feet.
100 feet, you say? Is there any way for me to see like a way that we can sneak around them, like a path that maybe they don't notice? I guess like can somebody describe like where we're seeing that in relation to us? Like, in my mind, we're in the woods on like almost like a path through like spooky woods.
Yeah, that's fair.
So
You guys
I'm
are.
not sure where 3 drakes would be. Sorry,
No, go ahead. Finish what you're saying.
I'm just trying to picture where 3 drakes would be in relation to.
Oh, there's
spooky
4.
path.
There's 4.
4 drakes. Sorry.
So you guys aren't on like a well-worn, just road or anything. You guys are more on like a deer trail, that wild animals might have made, and you're just kind of working your way through a little bit more of the brush than like a true path. But as you are, like, once Jonas points out what he sees and kind of identifies these creatures for you, you guys start to notice that there is like looks like people are going up and down this tree. Like there's maybe ladders or ropes that lead up into this tree. And it seems logical that might be where prisoners would be kept.
That tree is suspicious.
I look at the, okay, so we all kind of see that the trees suspicious are just, Satyr Boy here.
I mean, I would say you guys have been discussing, so that would be no different. Like, you guys have been kind of discussing all of this as we go along.
I'm just like, well, anyone want to climb up there to, see maybe if, Nicky Boy's up there?
Yeah, absolutely I do.
Hey,
Okay.
well, get freaking going here, bud.
Alright. How tall is the tree? Can I see any platforms up at the top or anything like that I could target?
You cannot see anything other than the foliage. But where kind of it's one of those ones that there's not a lot of branches until it gets to the bushy leafy part. To really paint a great word picture there, the bushy leafy part. Yeah, I know. Fucking Bob Ross right there of words. But once it gets to that part, you would guess from a distance that it's at least 150 feet up.
150, huh?
At least, yeah. So if you're trying to figure out distance to like cast a spell, ask Pythagoras.
I was indeed trying to figure out the Pythagorean theorem. The Python theory.
Yeah, that's
Big
a patch
words are
right
hard.
there. The python.
I believe
Pythagorean?
my best bet would be to turn into a bird. Unfortunately, I've already used polymorph, so
R.I.P.
that's out. I could dimension door, but I can't see where I'd be going, so if I opened it up and I was just in a tree, I would die.
Possibly. You might not.
Potentially fall to my death.
Yeah, I mean, you could be Vlad the Impaled. You could just fall straight through. Could be
Also-
somewhere in between.
Exit my dimension door into another creature, which would kill me, or hurt me at least. I don't want to do that.
Yeah, you know.
Alright, I'm climbing the ladder. That's the only viable option here. I need to get past these big stupid lizards and get to the tree. Get to climbing.
Okay. So,
Move it.
you cannot see any way to sneak around them from where you're at. It seems like they're pretty well, like, patrolling. They're not necessarily looking out, but they're essentially just circling this large tree.
I have an idea.
Oh, God.
No, this is a good one.
Oh, God.
If I call
Something smell. Something just smells like it's dying. Are you using something you don't usually use?
I'm using Stinking Cloud and Feign Death. Can I use Speak with Plants to talk to the trees?
Are you specifically looking to talk to the tree, like the big one, or just any tree?
If there's one thing I know about trees, it's that they're very social creatures. So if I was to speak with the tree nearest to us, it has probably conversed with Ladder Tree at some point in its life. Ladder Tree may even be its dad. So that's a possibility. Second possibility, and probably more likely and safer to use, would be to create a large sound with this other spell that I have, somewhere in the distance to maybe distract the drakes and give me a clear shot to Ladder Tree.
Well, you tell me which you want to do.
Alright, I need to huddle up with the gang. Alright, gang. I've been down, I'm crouched down with my hands on my knees, by the way. Okay? Because remember, I'm an Olympian, so this is my thing. Game plan time. Alright, Jonas, what do you got? What kind of spells do you got? You got anything that can make a loud noise off in the distance?
Probably, but I could just make you invisible.
Keep that on the back burner. We'll consider that in a moment. Alright. What about you? You got anything that can make a loud noise off in the distance? Can you hurl your maul and, I don't know, make thunder?
Short answer, no.
Perfect. Alright. God damn, I can't remember the other person's name.
Athos.
Oh, Athos. Athos. Old buddy. Old pal. Athos the Lionhearted.
Whose name you definitely remembered.
Yeah. Listen, I would never forget your name, buddy. Ever. At all. You got anything that can make a loud spell? Do you think Athena could, like, help a G out or anything here?
Ah, that's not my specialty.
Although, I mean,
I can
You-
make a prayer, but
you also can roar. And that's pretty loud.
Roaring. Roaring works. Roaring, yes. Yeah, okay.
I mean, I'm not saying you have to do that. I'm just putting that out there. Like, you could do that.
Oh, is that the spell right there that I'm thinking of?
I don't know, is
I'll
it?
check my spell here. Hang on, I'm hurrying.
So
Let's play off before the play clock hits 0.
So while you're thinking, we're gonna come back to John for a little bit. We're gonna let Nicholas try to do some stuff. So Nicholas, what you doing?
Well, I could annoy my captors into letting me go.
I'm sorry, but every single person who has ever done an imitation of you has started off with "well," and I.
It's beautiful.
Well, I mean, are they wrong?
No, they're not. They just, It was just the first time that I've actually been like, oh my god, he really does do that. It's not just a bullshit thing that we do. He really is just like that.
And how long did that take you to figure out?
Too
Today.
long.
Yeah, way too
Years
long.
old.
I just hadn't thought about it before, but now I can't undo it. Anyway, what are you doing?
Oh yeah, dexterity check to see if I can actually get loose. Then I got a backup plan if that doesn't work, and I don't know if you're gonna like it. And I'm gonna be honest, even though you see 15, it was actually 12. You know, just in case I barely roll
It clearly has the 12 on top.
Yeah, but it actually went like that after I moved the thing, and it was like on 15.
Okay.
See, right there. See?
Okay.
See?
It's a
Oh,
12.
there's 15. Okay.
Just do your math. I know it's
Where's
hard.
dexterity here? I always have trouble finding them on the damn list.
John needs a calculator for Christmas.
No,
No,
he needs to remember where his skill is.
Okay, so dexterity, that's plus 4. Not bad, 16.
So, you begin, like, kind of wiggling your hands slightly. And just the whole time you're talking. Even though you have a gag in your mouth, you've continued to talk this whole time. You have not really stopped. And you continue. Like, you're just trying
Have I realized that they can't understand a word that I'm saying?
Roll an intelligence check.
Oh, please tell me yes. Come on, roll. 13. Wisdom, right?
I said intelligence.
Oh, yeah. 13, that's 15.
I think you have to roll with disadvantage after that.
No, I'm keeping my 15, damn it.
Yeah. So with a 15, you're not 100% sure. You think they might just be ignoring you. What is it, like Little Red Chief or something? The story of the kid who gets kidnapped and then they bring him back because he annoys the kidnappers too much. You feel like you've heard a story similar to that of like the little red minotaur who gets returned because he just talks the whole time and annoys his kidnappers. And you kind of, like, as you're thinking about that, you're like, I think I'm doing that right now. And so you just continue just babbling, just talking about whatever comes to mind to keep up that facade. And you're slightly moving your hands, just trying to wiggle a little bit of slack
Okay,
in
so
these ropes.
as I'm just talking bullshit, I'm looking around
Literally.
and just catching to make sure that nobody's looking whenever I start to do that. So,
You can't see them.
oh, well, shit. So I'm just sitting there, and I'm just.
You've been waiting all fucking night to do that, haven't you? Yes. Were you just doing...
Sexy and I know it. Yes, I was.
Damn it. God damn it.
As lame as that was, I've been waiting all night. So.
Tyler, your sex tape. Please tell me you've seen Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Not that episode, apparently.
It's in so many. Anyway, so what are you trying to do? Because you're picking up your dice like you're trying to do something.
Oh, no, I wasn't. I was just.
Okay.
So, do I manage to.
So, since you can't see where they're at, you know if you just undid the ropes, that might give away.
That's something I forgot to mention. And not because you brought it up. I was actually trying to break the ropes, but keep my hands together so it looked like I was still.
Right. So, let me finish. So what you do is you wiggle your hands, just kind of back and forth motion, moving your hands to get some slack in this rope until you feel that it is loose enough you might be able to slip a hand out. And once you get one hand, you'll get both. So you feel like as soon as you wanted to break free, you could.
I'm gonna keep it right there.
Okay. And we're going to cut back to the rest of the party.
Alright, guys, here's my plan. Well, I got two plans. One, we can do the invisible route. I can sneak by, start climbing that tree. I think I'm the only one here who can climb the tree. Maybe, well, Athos can probably climb the tree a little bit better with those big lion's mitts, but that's beside the point. Two,
So you just want to show off, got it.
Absolutely no shame.
I mean, I just accept that I'm not going to climb that fucking tree, alright?
Oh no, I meant Gil with no shame.
absolutely not. It's time to be the hero, guys. This is what this is the moment that I'm made for, okay? Here we go. Or I can cast Major Image and possibly distract them long enough for myself or Athos or Jonas. Jonas is pretty agile too. Horseboy, you're gonna want to stay hidden. To possibly make it to the tree and get up before the drakes discover it's just an illusion. Now, what do you guys think? Thoughts, plans, ideas?
Yes.
Don't all speak at once. Whatever you do, don't all say something.
Jonas says, well, if I cast invisibility on you, you can't. It'll end as soon as you hurt someone or make an attack or cast a spell. You have to be really careful.
Careful. That's definitely not my middle name. Anybody have a coin? A gold doubloon or anything?
No, of course
And
not.
you're just asking for money. Like, what is this plan?
Do you have a coin, Horseboy?
I'll roar for you, but I won't give you a coin.
Also, I'm pretty sure they're dinars, not doubloons.
Whatever. Dinars. Do we have any dinars? You know what? Do I have a dinar, DM? Do I have a dinar?
Yeah, you've got at least one.
Alright, I'm gonna pull out a dinar, okay? And I assume it sounds like a heads and a tails, right?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Let's see. Jonas,
Yes.
flip this for me. Heads, you turn me invisible. Tails, I try to distract them, and then we all make a break for the tree except Horseboy because there's no way he's climbing. And I give Jonas the coin.
Okay, so I rolled for it, and it is tails.
Tails. Perfect. Alright. Let's see. So I'm going to cast Major Image.
Okay.
I can create an image of an object or a creature or some other visible phenomenon that's no larger than a 20-foot cube, appears in a spot that I can see within range, and lasts for the duration of the spell, which is up to 10 minutes.
Okay.
It seems completely real, including sound spells and temperature appropriate to the thing depicted. Can't create like damage or anything like that. So like I can't create like fire that hurt something,
Right.
Anything like that. As long as I'm within range of the illusion, which is 120 feet, I can use my action to cause the image to move to any other spot within range. As the image changes location, I can alter its appearance so that it appears natural. I can make it having a conversation, walking, so on and so forth.
Okay.
As soon as a physical interaction happens, it is dispelled, and a creature that uses action to examine the image can determine it is an illusion with a successful investigation check against my spell save DC. If a creature determines the illusion for what it is, the creature can see through the image and its other sensory qualities become faint to the creature.
All right.
So, I want to create, let's see, 20-foot. I can do four medium-sized like humans in a 4-foot or 20-foot circle, right? Because it's every 5 feet.
Sure.
Okay, I'm going to create 4 armored knights.
Okay, so probably thinking like Spartan warrior types. Yeah.
Whatever, yeah, like armor
Yeah.
that's, loud, so it makes sense. And I want them to be like failing sneak saves, if that makes sense.
Oh yeah. So like you basically create these 4 soldiers who form the smallest phalanx ever. So
Yes.
like there's one guy in the very front, 2 guys kind of on like the side, slightly behind him. Kind of, they're all forming their shields up as best they can, and then there's one guy basically like they're a plus sign. The guy who's the bottom, like the backside of it, has his shield over the top to protect them that way, and they all have their spears outwards. But they are very noisy.
Okay, good. That's what I want. I want them to be noisy, and I want them to be moving around so as to be noticed by the drakes.
Okay. And did you say they can talk, or they just look like they're talking?
No, I can make them make noise, like having conversations, the whole 9 yards.
Okay.
Just, they can't deal damage, obviously.
Right.
Anything like that.
So do you have them do anything else other than just kind of moving forward and being loud?
I want them to obviously be trying to get the Drake's attention, so maybe like calling out a challenge. I don't really know what that would equate to.
So feel free to give your feedback on this. You're a bard. I would imagine that like you would want an illusionary soldier that you create to probably sing a like war song in this kind of situation.
That would work.
Okay. So
But I do not have a song prepared.
yeah,
So,
I don't either. It's fine. I'm not gonna make you.
Let's pretend it's 5-Finger Death Punch because that sounds right for this scenario. Cop rock, you know.
Yeah,
And,
Spartans only listen to 5-Finger Death Punch 100% of the time.
Or yeah.
Or 3 Days Grace.
Some kind of war song, you know, with them.
Oh yeah, no,
stomping and-
they're absolutely singing "Animal I've Become."
Or what about a Warrior's Call by Volbeat?
I could, you know.
I still think 5-Finger Death Punch or 3 Days Grace.
Or TikTok by Kesha, but you know.
Yes.
Regardless,
Yeah,
that's what I'm having them doing, making an awful racket that way we can hopefully get past these biscuit-eating bulldogs.
Perfect. All right. Roll a performance check, and I will let you roll with advantage.
My guy. Where's my other D20? Oh, here it is. My whole bag.
Also, hey Nate, while he's rolling, your guidance. How long does that last?
It's just a 1-minute use.
Okay. All right. I mean, worth a
I
shot.
can do it again. It's just a cantrip.
That's true.
Alright. Get ready to roll with advantage. Also, I have a class feature called Expertise, which means performance proficiency is doubled. Just
Yeah.
FYI's.
Absolutely.
So, here we go. Got an 11 plus my proficiency bonus is 3, so plus 6 for performance.
Do you not have like your ability that goes into it?
Plus 4. So 15 plus so 21.
Okay. And that was your higher number?
Yeah. The other one was a 1. So yeah, no. That was almost bad. This almost backfired terribly.
I'm glad you had advantage.
As well.
Okay, so with your 21, you summon these Spartan soldiers, this phalanx of warriors, the 4-person phalanx, and yeah, they are absolutely just like at the top of their lungs, screaming out just the most obnoxious war songs. Romanos, you feel like somewhat inclined to hum along. You recognize the tune.
Just start almost doing a little headbang, you know, just like.
Absolutely, as one does. So as they're doing this, let me see, 3 of them peel off to investigate. They don't like book it, but they almost cat-like start to just slink away quickly, seeming to try to flank this phalanx.
Okay.
Meaning one remains. And we're gonna come back to Nicholas.
Okay.
So Nicholas, what are you doing?
Nothing.
Nothing at all.
I'm trying to think.
So
So I'm talking. I'm trying to annoy them. They can't understand what I'm saying. Not 100% sure they're even paying attention to me at this point. I do manage to break free, but I'm still kind of...
I mean,
hide
you
that.
haven't broken free. You know you can anytime now,
Right.
but you're still bound. You've just loosened them.
And part of me really wants to try to lift up my blindfold and take a look, but I just won't risk it.
Roll just a luck check.
Okay, 14.
With your 14, just kind of on a pure chance roll, you feel like your original plan might work a little bit better now that your hands are easily free.
How about the Eldritch? The last one?
Yes, your Eldritch Blast.
Yeah. I'm all about that. Let's do it.
We know. We know. You've only cast it every single time you've ever played.
Yeah, but I've never done it to launch myself into orbit before.
Also, I'm really proud of you. I'm also really proud of you because you finally learned how to say it right, and you've consistently done that. But I'm still gonna say it wrong because you always say it. You said it wrong for so long.
Please be a good roll for the love of God. I've been waiting for this. Please be a fucking good roll.
I will let you roll with advantage because you are an inquisitive rogue, and you've had time to, like, you may not be able to see what's going on, but you've been able to, like, pay attention. What'd you get?
I rolled a 9 and an 8.
Okay. Plus, you have your proficiency bonus, and you have your ability modifier. 9 and an 8 aren't that bad
Which is...
when you're a level 6 caster.
Proficiency bonus.
Mm-hmm.
So that makes it 12.
Yeah.
And what else?
So, what ability do you use for spellcasting? Charisma. Your charisma modifier. Jesus, why? Why? Okay. So that's a 13 total? Okay. I mean, that's not terrible. 13 is not that bad. So, you tell me, do you free your hands first, or are you trying to do it, like, midair?
I'm literally trying to launch myself up from the ground.
No, not what I'm saying. Like,
So I guess
are you freeing your hands before you try to cast the spell, or are you casting the spell and then trying to free yourself midair?
I am going to break my hands free because something tells me when I land, I'm going to want that.
Superhero pose, that's what you want to do.
But with a 13, it's going to be more like
No.
into a tree.
No. That's just for you casting the spell and getting some air. That's not for the superhero landing. That's just to see how far you go. So, because you've already loosened this rope, you pop one hand out and then the other, and then you just like Kamehameha your Eldritch Blast right at the ground, and you make it roll a d10.
A D10.
Yep.
It's 5.
Okay, so you point your hands down at the ground and cast your Eldritch Blast, and you can't see it, but you can feel, like, you get some significant air. You get about 5 feet, even though you can't see it. In that time, I will let you roll a dexterity check to see if you can undo the rest of it while you're kind of floating.
So 11 plus dexterity. That's 15.
I mean, you're proficient in dexterity, so you can add that, so that's an 18.
Sweet.
So, with your 18, you cast this, you're up in the air. As you're in that, like, brief moment, that, like, 0G kind of moment at the pinnacle of your blast, you pull off your blindfold and your gag. What do you say?
Toodaloo, bitches.
Oh my god.
It's amazing.
Oh, John, I love you.